Question 2. In Mimulus, monkey flower, plant stems can be either smooth or hairy, and this difference is determined by a single gene. H. Call uppercase H the dominant allele, and the lowercase h the recessive allele. Examine the results of the following crosses. For each cross, indicate the genotypes of the parents and the progeny. Okay. So, in this question, you have to basically find out which one is dominant. Is hairy dominant, or is hairy recessive? Is smooth dominant, or is smooth recessive? So, you're told that H is the dominant allele, and lowercase h is the recessive allele. Let's write that down. Dominant allele would be H, uppercase H. Recessive allele would be lowercase h. Now, you're given 4 crosses. Let's look at cross number 1. Hairy times hairy gives you all hairy. Now, the question here is, when you cross the same trait, can you tell which one is dominant or which one is recessive? Now, if hairy is dominant, dominant times dominant equals dominant, all hairy. But at the same time, it can also be recessive. Hairy recessive times hairy recessive will give you all hairy. So, you basically have to find out a cross that involves both traits. Now, if we look at cross 3 and 4, it has hairy times smooth, hairy times smooth. In cross 3, hairy times smooth gives you 1/2 hairy and 1/2 smooth. So you really can't tell which one is dominant and which one is recessive in this cross. Therefore, you have to find a cross involving both traits that gives you one single ratio. If we look at number 4, hairy times smooth will give you 1 trait, all hairy. Therefore, you know that hairy is the dominant allele. Therefore, for this one, you know that would be uppercase H and lowercase h. By the way, this little dash means that this allele can either be dominant or recessive. It does not really matter, because all you need for a dominant trait is 1 dominant allele. Now that we know that hairy is the dominant allele, let's go back to cross number 1. So cross 4 is out of the way. Let's go cross number 1. Hairy times hairy equals all hairy. You know that hairy is dominant, therefore it'll be uppercase H and uppercase H. Let's look at cross number 2. Hairy times hairy equals 3/4 hairy and 1/4 smooth. Now, you know that both of these traits are dominant, but one of them gave you a recessive trait, meaning that lowercase h is involved in cross number 2. Now, let's see what happens when you cross an uppercase h, 2 uppercase h's, times an uppercase h and lowercase h. Uppercase h. You would end up getting uppercase h, uppercase h. This is 100% dominance. This is 100% dominance as well. Here you get lowercase h's, but this is still dominant. Therefore, this will give you 100% hairy. So you know that this is not the right answer. Now, what happens if I make the second allele recessive? So you put uppercase h and a lowercase h. Uppercase h and lowercase h. Now, you get dominance in the first row, but on the second row you would get 1 dominant and the last one would be recessive. lowercase h and lowercase h, giving you for the phenotype, this will give you a ratio of 3 to 1. But for the genotype, gives you a 1 to 2 to 1 ratio. So this basically means that 3/4 will be hairy and 1/4 will be smooth. Is that what we want? Yes, therefore this is correct. Now let's look at the third cross. Hairy times smooth gives you 1/2 hairy and 1/2 smooth. You know that smooth is recessive, therefore you can just dot down the 2 lowercase h's. But you know that hairy will have 1 recessive allele in order for them to show the recessive trait. So the answer is uppercase H and lowercase h. Why? Because if we put 2 uppercase h's, it will give you 100% dominance. You get uppercase H, this is dominant, uppercase H, lowercase h, dominant, uppercase H, lowercase h, giving you a ratio of 1. But if we make one of the h's recessive, that would mean that it would be 1/2 dominant and 1/2 recessive. Okay, so now we're done with half of the question. Now let's find the other half, which asks you for the ratios or the results of the progeny. Now, you know that hairy times hairy equals hairy. So you could have either an uppercase H and an uppercase H, or an uppercase H and a lowercase h, which you can write as uppercase H and dash. For number 2, you can have uppercase H, uppercase H, uppercase H, recessive H for the 3/4 hairy. For the smooth, you need 2 recessive h's. For cross number 3, you know that you need an uppercase H for the hairy one, but at the same time you will get a lowercase h. For the 1/2 smooth, you'll get both recessive, little h and little h. For the all hairy, you can have uppercase H, uppercase H, or uppercase H, excuse me, not uppercase H, uppercase H and a lowercase h.